Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is back. Morning Meltdown is officially on BOD. So I don't know about you guys, but if you that's literally a way to relaunch the program. So like if people have been watching you do it, like now, like I'm getting a whole new wave of people started with Morning Meltdown. And even though it may not be the VIP access right now, like, and it launched to BOD, like you can literally launch a program anytime you want. You can go back and you're launching the 21-day fix out loud. Like literally whatever your excitement and enthusiasm is about, that's what people are going to flock to. So I think that's really just cool to remember that like we're not in a VIP early access of that program specifically right now, but if that's your jam, continue to speak to that jam and continue to launch that because it's on BOD now. And then you can relaunch that to your current Beachbody On Demand members, get them signed up with completion packs and get them kind of kick-started into the end of the year. I know there's a lot of this last 90 days out there right now. This program is perfect for that, to set you up for that. And then 6 weeks of work. If you guys have not done, sorry, Danielle, I totally just took over announcements. I started talking. If you have not tried that sample workout yet, it's killer. It's so fun. I'm nervous. Natalie knows this, that I like kind of get nervous about fitness like this because I get workout anxiety when it's this hard, but I'm really, really excited to like level up in those 6 weeks. And I just want to point out to you guys, at first I was like, wait, I'm not going to have people who follow me here into this because I don't know if I necessarily seem like someone that would be into this. And then I was like, wait, mindset shift. I'm going to become somebody who's into this. So I'm going to be talking to people who want to like work their way up to it. But also I rewinded to like athlete days. I was like, who played soccer with me in high school? Who played basketball with me in high school? Who played college sports with my best friend? Literally, I'm like thinking about people that maybe are like, who are those fitness people who are already following you? And maybe you've been kind of too nervous to reach out to them because they're already into fitness or they're already fit and maybe you're like, well, I don't know if this would really serve them, right? Can anyone raise their hand if they've ever found someone like that on Instagram and they're like, I don't really know if they need this because they already look like they're in great shape or they go to the gym or they already have a fitness Instagram. Well, ring a ding ding, this program is literally made for them because they're already in the fitness world. They probably will think it's super cool that they're working out with an NBA pro trainer because a lot of people think that's really cool so far. So just change your thinking a little bit with this new program and start thinking about how you can also already be attracting fitness professionals and personal trainers who maybe want to mix it up or ex-athletes. So that's just kind of the take that I've been using on it. It's been really helpful. And then that free sample workout is so, so, so great to get that conversation started, like letting them know I have this really valuable thing for you. And if you want to try it, give me a review, you know, even if it's not something that you end up wanting to do, it'd be great to hear what you think. So that is that. And anything else, Danielle?
Yeah, I did have one more thing. And this is something that I think is really important. It's actually Beat Your Best month, if you guys haven't seen. And so I think it goes along perfectly what Mackenzie was saying of the last 90 days, like Rachel Hollis's challenge, Morning Meltdown relaunching. We know the bar program's coming out in November too. There's so many things coming out. But really, what if you just took the next 30 days, because we know there's 31 days in October and we're already one down, almost two, and just gave it all you got, but instead of being like, hustle, 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 make your business bigger than you. Something I shared with the leaders of the team and my team knows is put a cause to what your team is showing up for this month. So one of my coaches, her mom's actually going through breast cancer right now and it's not going well. What if you probably know a challenger or a coach in your team that is going through a hard right now. What if you guys made this month about them and showing up for them and making it a movement, making it something that's important and special that can empower them and make them feel special. So we came up with the team hashtag, and I'm really encouraging my team to show up, because we all know it is hard to show up through the holidays, right? It's not always easy, and there's going to be people that fall off. But if you have something that's special to your team and unique to them, it's so much like harder to fall off when it's about something bigger than you. So that's what I challenge you guys to: get creative, have fun with it. I'm also realigning my coaches to their whys right now, and it's a great time of year to kind of evaluate what you want out of the last quarter. So just some ideas to be the CEO of your business and your team, and do it with heart. So that's
absolutely. Because this last quarter, you guys, is really what sets us up for 2020. This is when I start to get excited about the next year, not really even like the end of this year, but like what is going to happen in January, February, March. And thank you, Danielle. And I'm not sure if you told us her name or not, but I will. And if you want to drop that hashtag in the chat, that would be great. So we all kind of just know it. But we're sending, okay, glow for our girls. We're definitely sending our prayers to her, and that she's so right. This is bigger than us. I don't want to go too far into this really fast before we get started, but I don't know if you guys saw the post on Rachel Hollis's Instagram today, speaking of, about her brother-in-law that just passed away when he went to sleep taking a nap. That for some reason, that post just really, really cut my heart open into pieces. I didn't know this guy. I'm Mr. Okay. But we really do need to remember, like, every single second that we have on this planet is so precious, and what we do with it is so precious. And what she said in that post was like so spot on, that every day is not just going to feel like this magnificent, you're not going to feel all of your hard work just like reaping the benefits in every moment of every day of your life, but you can control how you show up. You can control how you love. You can control the kind of, vibes that you put out there, the kind of energy that you give to your family and your friends and your team. And that can make it just as special of a day. So I love that. And I just think like reconnecting to that is so, so important every single day, because what we get to do is really, really, really special. Whether you're a brand new coach and this is your first call, welcome, or you've been here 7 years. Guys, what we get to do is really special. A lot of people don't get to say they get to wake up every day and just make people better, but we do. And that's really, really special. Okay, with that being said, let's recognize some of our homies for being awesome and for doing really special things. Who wants to shout somebody out? Go.
All right, I'll go ahead and start if you guys can see me. So I really got to shout out Nikki Campy real quick. She just has really been stepping up her game on social media. She's been posting a lot more and really just getting out of her comfort zone. And I've really been recognizing that. And I got to shout out my girl, Jess Johnson. Hey, girl, she's going to be talking tonight. She's just also had a really big mindset shift. Not only with her business, but I also feel like with life, I feel like whenever you become a veteran coach, you really recognize whenever people are just, saying what they want to do. And you also recognize whenever people, their mindset is really matching their actions. And it just, I don't know, watching her over the past few days, it just really makes my heart want to burst. Watching her Instagram stories, watching her post, and just really just tearing the crap out of this business. So, girl, I'm so proud of you. Someone else can.
Mackenzie, I want to shout you out, girlfriend. You are just so incredible. You're such an amazing leader. You just show up in Misfits and your own team page every single day. You lead by example. Literally, you're somebody that I just look to for guidance every single day. I just know that if I need to show up, I just look at Mackenzie and she's out there doing it. So thank you for being such an amazing leader and just killing it. I love you.
Stop it. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry because I was just gonna shout you out. I'm not even joking. Thank you so much. I love you so much. But I was just about to shout Natalie out because, guys, I don't know if everybody knows this, but she's like the tippity toppity up here. And so, like, sometimes we forget that. She's the one kind of leading all of us. But I just want her to know, I don't know if you guys were on the call. I think it was last week. she's gone through so much transition in the last 6 months. I don't even know. She finally has an address today, and the address has Cabernet in it, which I think is so cool. But last month, she still locked in her goals, you guys. And we do talk a lot. We are besties. We are biz supporters. And that girl grinded to the very end, and she just stayed so consistent. And Natalie, I just look up to that so much. We all do. We love you. And she's been on these calls, even through the craziness. She's here. So thank you for that. And I love you. Anybody else want to go?
I want to shout out my girl, Stephanie, because her baby is not even a month old, and Layla was a preemie, and she's been on the last 2 out of 3 weeks for these team calls because she is determined to give her baby everything she's got. And I'm just so proud of you for having the strength to be here, to show up for this team, no matter what is going on in your life. You are such an amazing friend and even better coach. And I just can't wait to see you crush this postpartum journey. And my girl, Laura, I know she's putting her kids to bed, so she'll be on here. We had like a difficult call today, and she was really like, I joined this community for friendship, and she shows up on the team calls every single week. And she stood up to her boss this week, like super confidently when something wasn't going right. And I think that we forget how much this community builds confidence with us to stand up in other aspects of our life. It's not just Success Club points or rank or income. It really is becoming the best version of ourselves to stand up for what we know we deserve. So I know she will watch the recording, and I'm super proud of you.
That's so true. So true. Okay, anybody else? We're going to dive right in. If not, I think my dog's throwing up out there. Okay, so it's Darren, one of the two. So we have 4 coaches coming to you guys tonight. Not all of them are brand new. Not all of them are oldies but goodies, but there's kind of a nice little mixture. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview so y'all kind of know what's going on. So we have Jessica Carrier, Taylor Myers, Ashley Willis, and Jessica Johnson. And they're all going to talk about a couple of different things. And before you guys go, I'm just going to hand it over to you as we go. But before you go, give us a little bit of an idea of like who you are, what you're about, your family or your job, or what makes you tick, just so we get to know you a little bit before you dive in. So with that being said, Jessica Carrier, she's going to talk to us a little bit about what it was like to be a discount coach for like the longest time ever. And then she had a big pivotal moment that changed everything for her. And now she's absolutely crushing it. I see her on Instagram, and I think I almost invited her a long time ago. I was like, is this girl, I'm going to invite this girl. I was like, oh, she's a coach. She's on our team. Okay, great. So go ahead, Jess.
Hi, everyone. So like Mackenzie said, I was a discount coach, kind of on and off, because I was a discount coach for close to like 3 years, because I would do it for a little while for the discount, and then I would stop because I'd fall off. And then a couple of months ago, actually back in December, the kind of big turning point for me was, so background on me, I'm a neonatal intensive care nurse. I also am a lactation counselor. I also have certifications in like neonatal touch and massage, and I have a NICU certification. So I do a lot when it comes to my job. I also have a master's in education. So that really has actually come in handy with my coaching, because I love to teach people. But back in December, I was at my all-time heaviest. And I kind of had this moment where my option was I needed to go buy bigger scrubs because I was about to split my pants at work, or I needed to start treating my body a little better. I went to the scrub store with the intention of buying new scrubs and said, no, not doing it, and started again. I was still a discount coach for a couple more months. And then in August, a month before, so I'm currently in school to get my neonatal nurse practitioner certification. So I've been doing all of the classwork for the last year, and I decided over the summer, like, okay, life's about to get really crazy. If you're going to see if coaching's for you, you need to commit to it for a month and see what happens. So that's what I did, and I love it. I've been on every team call since I made that decision. I have made sure that I've been showing up on social media, which was a huge change for me. I never really used social media at all. So for me to be posting every day, I even had like friends reaching out like, what's going on? Like, I've never seen so much of your face before in my life, because anytime I did post, it certainly was not of me. It was of stuff or of people or of things that I was doing. So all of a sudden I'm posting like selfies of my face or videos of me talking, and I had friends that were concerned. But I went all in, and here I am, and I am 2 months in now. I'm loving it. I'm still obviously in school. I actually just started clinical. So this month has September. I keep forgetting we're in October now. But September was definitely a struggle. August went so smooth when I jumped in because it was new and it was exciting. Everybody was, again, seeing me for the first time, thinking that it was exciting, wanting to join. Then September hit, and on top of working, I was doing multiple days. Well, I'm still doing multiple days of clinical. I now have tests. I now have all of this extra stuff. But luckily, I already had the routine of getting up every day. I was already drinking my shakes every day. I was already doing all of those things. So that piece of it was actually very easy for me to continue. I don't even, when I am listing all of the crazy things that I'm trying to accomplish, that's working out isn't even something that ends up on my list anymore, which is huge for me. I worked night shift. I was a night person. Waking up in the morning to work out was like absolutely never going to happen. So now that my mindset has shifted to the point that I don't even put that on my list of things to do, that's just an expectation that, of course I'm going to do that. That's not going to be something that I need to think about, was huge for me as well. I think the biggest thing for me kind of stepping into coaching is I see all of you amazing moms out there rocking it. And I see all of these people that their goals are to like step away from their job, or they're doing it for their kids, or they're doing it for their family. And here I am, like this single girl who's just trying to get through school and get through my job. And I'm never going to stay at home. Like, I am envious of people that like that's their goal, because it's just not going to be my lifestyle. So I didn't really know if this was like my niche, like if I was going to find my place in this. And I'm just extremely thankful that I have. Like I said, I really didn't change much of what I was doing. I just started sharing everything that I was doing. And the response has been extremely surprising. I know Danielle and I were kind of talking about that the other day. When I post, it's like I'll post something that I think is going to like get people excited and nobody cares. And then I post something so dumb and everybody wants to talk about it. I mean, last week I posted about the fact that I was really proud of myself for not stopping at Taco Bell on my drive home from work. Today I posted that I stopped at Taco Bell on my drive home from work. And everybody had something to say about it. So it's just always surprising to me. And I think one of my biggest takeaways from this whole process has been, don't make assumptions and don't assume that people are going to respond a certain way. Like, just because you think something's awesome doesn't mean somebody else is. And just because you think something's dumb but it's important to you doesn't mean that you shouldn't share it. Because every time I share something that I'm like, no one's going to care about this, 9 times out of 10, those are the things that might not have anything to do with health, might not have anything to do with fitness. But those are the things that are getting people engaged and are getting me talking to people, which then kind of spirals into like, oh, well, I also saw that you're doing XYZ. Let's talk about that too. So I'm very happy to be here, and it's been great.
Jess, what event made you say yes to coaching?
Oh, okay. So when I was trying to decide if I was really going to jump like 110% into this, it was at the last Super Sunday. And I am not always a very outgoing person, especially in social events. I have extremely bad anxiety, which actually, like, random fun thing that I noticed the other day is that my heart rate, my baseline heart rate, is down almost 20 beats per minute this year, which is huge because I've been tachycardic. My heart rate used to sit resting around 80 to 100, and if I got like the slightest bit stressed, I sat in the 120s, and now I'm sitting like high 60s, which is, for anybody who knows anything about health, that's like huge. And then also, I haven't taken my Xanax in almost 2 months, so super excited about that. So just like little things that I'm feeling so much better that I'm not needing those extra things. So I'm super excited about that. I did take Xanax to come to Super Sunday, but I was very nervous about going. I had never met Danielle in person yet. Steph was also there, and I was like, okay, I've never met any of these people. I'm going to a place I've never gone to meet people that I've never met. I just not my scene. But if I was going to do it, I was going to do it. So I went, and I was like, okay, this is happening. Committing to this for a month, and now I'm going to go to the next Super Sunday. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. That's so that's how powerful events are. But one of the things that I took away from this that I want to touch on real fast is that she said she's not doing that much different than what she was doing before as a challenger. She just shares it. And I think it's just a really important reminder. If you feel stuck, just do your workout, drink your shake, share it. Do your workout, drink your shake, share it. And don't forget personal development. But sometimes we overcomplicate it, right? And that is literally the backbone of our business. And then all we got to do after that is just share it. So that was awesome and such a great reminder. I'm going to invite 20 people to the Super Saturday with me here in Jacksonville because I need coaches around me who can be my BFFs. And it's just such a reminder, like literally events are everything. So, and I'm really happy for you about your non-scale victories too. Those are amazing. Really, really amazing. Okay. Taylor Myers is going next. She actually talked the last time we had this little panel, which is cool because now we're going to see that all kind of come full circle. Because at the time, I think it was like her month one, and she was like, just woo, like guys, we all know, like Jessica said, month one, people are coming to you. It's feeling good. You've got the momentum. Month two hits. You're like, okay, I got this. Month three hits. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. So she's going to talk about that. She's going to talk about how she reconnected to discipline when she wasn't inspired and her bigger picture and how really focusing on that is so, so important. And plus how she's kind of brought some new coaches on. So take it away, Taylor.
All right. Hey guys. Yeah. So like she said, last time I was on here, it was great. Month one was so easy. You start sharing and everybody's like, what are you doing? And they just come to you. And it's like, oh, well, this coaching thing's not so hard. Everybody just comes and they want to sign up. But then month two, I was like, this isn't too bad. I didn't have a whole lot of trouble with it. But I set a goal in month two, and I was like, I'm going to hit Success Club by this date because I knew I'm a teacher. Sorry, I didn't give you that background. I'm a teacher. So I was off this summer, and I had a lot of time to put into my business and just a lot of time to focus with everything that I was doing. So I knew that going into it, I had to hit Success Club and I had to hit my goals before I started work because the beginning of the school year, I knew it was going to be crazy. So that was my goal, and I did. I hit it, and then I stopped. And that's the biggest thing that I ever could have done wrong. I stopped. I had absolutely no momentum. Like, I didn't keep inviting after the middle of August because I just kept using excuses that I was busy, work started, life was crazy. Who has time to do it? I never missed drinking my shakes. I never missed doing my workouts. I never missed posting. And like she said, when you're lost, just keep doing those things. And I did, but I stopped inviting. And so month three rolled around and we hit September and I had no momentum coming from August. So I was like starting all over basically. And I kept telling myself, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll invite tomorrow. And tomorrow never came until about halfway through the month. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have 0 signups. Like, this is not where I want to be. Like, I've kind of dropped the ball. So I would, like, for a day or two, I'd get back into it. And then I would just, same thing. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm busy. You get home and you have all the excuses. You worked, you're tired, you've got stuff going on. Last night I had parent-teacher conferences. I was at school from 8 to 7:30 last night. And it's just part of life. But overcoming that, and honestly, I couldn't do it without Mackenzie. And Natalie shouted her out at the beginning, but it's 100% the truth. She's on the team page constantly. She's literally like my best friend. We talk every single day now. And if it wasn't for talking to her, I would not be where I'm at. I was at Success Club 0 last week. I had no signups, and myself, I probably would have just given up. Like, I knew, yeah, there's still a few days left in the month, but really, it was my month 3. I needed to hit Success Starter. It wasn't going to happen. Like, that was my mindset. And she kept saying, like, you can do it. You can do it. And I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the damn thing. Like, she's saying I can do it. I believe in myself. I'm going to do it. So I signed somebody up on Friday. I was super pumped about it. And I was like, all right, this is a start. I've got one person. So I'm really busy with my life. I go to the races and travel every weekend. My boyfriend races dirt bikes. And literally, like, it's our entire lifestyle. We take our motor home, we take our dogs, we go. And so this weekend I was at the races, and I'm like, I've got to find time to, like, invite and talk to people and make these connections, because this is all I've got. I can't set aside the weekend. So I made some really great connections on Saturday and Sunday, and Monday rolled around and I'm like, this is it. Like, I've got to invite them with a passion. Like, I've got to share with them. And both of them were nervous. Both of them were like, I don't know. The one texted me Monday morning and she was like, I talked to my husband. He said that I can do it. I just don't think I'm going to, like, do the whole coach thing, which I had kind of, like, explained to her how we sign up as discount coaches, so you get a discount. And I was busy and didn't get to text her back right away. And within an hour, she had texted me and she was like, I changed my mind. I don't think I'm going to do it right now. I just don't want to waste the money. I'm afraid I'm going to. So, like, I had some real convincing to do. And both of these girls were that way. But by the end of the night on Monday, I hit Success Starter. I had signed up both of those girls. And it was like, I was shocked with myself, to be honest. But if it wasn't for Mackenzie helping me and pushing me, I would have never hit that. I would have never believed in myself enough. So it just shows you the power of working together and having a mentor, having a coach, having somebody to lean on, because we all need that. So I've learned that in September, wow, what a rough month. But, like, I was not going to be upset with not hitting Success Star. I was going to be upset with myself because I didn't put in the work that I should have. Because I wouldn't be upset if I was putting in the work every single day and, then I didn't hit it. Okay, I did what I needed to do, but I hadn't done what I needed to do. So lesson learned there. And I've learned that I need to stay disciplined. I've got to put in the work every single day. And I rolled into October now with more momentum than I had rolled into September. And Mackenzie had always told me, it's like I've got a boulder and you're pushing it up a hill, and you get it, and you get it halfway up the hill. And if you stop, it's going to come all the way back down. You've got to start all the way over. And that's where I was in September. So October, I'm like, it's not happening. And I'm just pushing right on into October. I know I don't have any kind of, like, crazy Success Starter riding on it. And I think that was part of my mindset too. I was so, like, focused that I had to hit Success Starter, that in the back of my head, I wasn't afraid to do it, but I was. But now I'm pushing towards Diamond. There is no excuse as to why I'm not going to do it. I came into this and I I connected with the bigger picture. Like I saw where our leaders are. I saw what you guys are doing, what you're making, what you're, all these people that you're helping. And I'm like, this is a huge movement. It is. And my boyfriend, he still laughs and he's like, this is silly. Like and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But he just goes with it now. Like he knows. Okay. But I can't wait to like show him and be like, look, I told you so one day. But I set big goals and I have big dreams for it. And I've just realized that the sky's the limit. What do you have to lose is how I look at it. I don't have anything to lose. I'm making myself a healthier person. I've lost almost 20 pounds since I started on June 26th. Like I'm down 18 and a half pounds. And people are like, how did you, like, where did it go? You didn't have that much to lose, but I did. And it's huge for me. So if I'm doing something that I love and I'm putting my heart into it, why not keep helping other women? Why not keep pushing myself to grow my business? And so I've talked to these other girls and I'm like, one of the biggest things, and I keep saying, Mackenzie's like the best leader ever. She really is. I'm blessed to have her as a coach. She told me just to seriously show my passion, and then they'll start feeling it and they'll see the passion that I have. And that's so the truth, because it rolls off onto them. I mean, it rubs off. It's just incredible. So I have now, and this is month 3. I think I have 11 discount coaches signed up and 2 that are actively coaching, 1 that hit Emerald. So I'm going to keep pushing. I have my mom's account. Like I signed her up. I've got her. So I've got that under control. And this month I'm just going to push myself. I know it's like the Beat Your Best for Success Club. And so I'm pushing myself to beat my best, as well as adding into her account, because I want to hit diamond. I'm pushing towards the retreat that Mackenzie's got set up for us. Like I'm just, no excuses. I've just got to keep doing it. So it's just been awesome. And I just, don't be afraid is how I look at it. You can't be afraid to just set big goals, because nothing better came out of the book Atomic Habits than learning the fact that if you limit your goals to like something that you think you can reach, you're never going to try and get to the bigger goals. So why not set big ones? And if you fail, then you readjust and you keep on going. And as a kindergarten teacher, I always tell my kids, learners make mistakes, but good learners learn from their mistakes. And they love it. And I tell them that almost every day, because they need to hear it and I need to hear it. So it's so true. But I think that's it.
Oh my God, love you. Yeah, guys, surprise, she hit Success Starter. I didn't say that in the beginning because I was like, I know she's going to get to that. But first of all, I love, love, love pouring into you because she wants it. And I just want you guys to hear that really quickly. Go to your coach. Like, go to them and ask them, what do I need to do to hit this goal? Go. You're not burdening anyone. You're not bothering anyone. That's why we're here. Go to your teammate that you see crushing it on social media and go, how did you make that post? Go to your coach and say, how did you lead your first coach to diamond? Go to somebody, maybe they're not even your coach. Maybe you just follow them on Instagram and you think they're great. Ask them. Ask. Success leaves clues, and we want to pour into you guys. That's why we're here, to pour into you. But she applied all of that, and that's so key. And the other thing that I want to say that she did was she made a decision. And I think sometimes we forget the power in that. I never heard her say, what if I don't do it? I never heard her say, I can't do it. I never heard her say, I might not do it. She just mentally decided that it was going to happen. And look how it happened, because she put that out into the universe. And I remember doing that as a brand new coach. And the first time that happened, I was like, I feel like I have a superpower. Like, I feel like I have an actual superpower now, because nothing's ever pushed me to do that like this business pushes us to do that. So just know that if you decide to do it and you give it everything you have, who cares if you don't hit the goal? right? Like, honestly, who cares if she wouldn't have hit Success Club? At least she did everything that she could have done. Who cares if you don't hit the goal that you have set for yourself? You're going to become a better person along the way. And at the end of the day, failure doesn't need to be this thing that we fear. It needs to be this thing that we welcome, because that's the only way we learn and that's the only way we grow. So if we can let go of the fear of failure a little bit, we're all going to have a lot more fun with what we're doing here, because I think that's just what holds us back in general, right? It was her Success Starter month, so the stakes were higher. You know, that failure rate there was a bigger fear of failure because now there was a goal riding on it. But at the end of the day, you know, like she said, don't have that fear because there's no reason to. And she's just absolutely killing it. Thank you, Taylor. It was so cool to see how you've grown from the first time you've talked to now. And I feel like we're going to keep hearing from you on this team as you grow your organization and just continue to blossom into the leader that you are. So,
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, girlfriend. Okay. So next we have Ashley Willis. She's going to talk to us a little bit about timing. She coached a couple of years ago. She's back. She's crushing it. And she's super consistent, which we love. She loves getting in her action hours and her power hours. So she's going to touch a little bit on all of that. So take it away, girlfriend.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me okay? Perfect, okay. So yeah, I am back. I was a coach years ago before BOD, back in the old school ways when we were still doing DVDs and stuff. I coached for several years and had a lot of success. And at some point along the way, I kind of got lost and I never really found the support I needed to kind of maintain it. And so I wasn't succeeding in how I wanted to. So I was like, well, I guess I just have to give up because I'm failing and I'm not going to keep waking up every day feeling a failure. And yeah, so I threw in the towel and it has been one of my biggest regrets. And so a couple months ago, I ran into some health issues and I had been following some friends, you know, that were, you know, coaching and whatnot and had been for a while. And I liked some things on Maggie's story, and she's like, hey, are you interested in this? There's this new workout coming out. And I was like, yeah, why not? Maybe, you know, like maybe this is just what I need. And she's like, oh, well, you know, have you ever thought about coaching? And I was like, oh, been there, done that, totally never doing it again, like not happening. There's no way you're getting me to do this. I said, I'm fine. Yeah, I'll sign up with discount coaching. Like I knew like how it worked. I knew what that meant for a coach. So I was like totally open to being that. But I'm like, don't even ask me, like not doing it is not going to happen. And I was completely like unsure about MM100. I was like, I don't know. Like I'm a hardcore runner, did Insanity. Like I'm like, I don't know, this is going to be my thing. But like, whatever, Maggie, like I'll try it if you say, you know, whatever. So I get into it and I like completely fall in love with it. And I'm like having to eat crow. And I'm like, you were right. This is awesome. Like I was wrong. I'm like, you won't hear me say it very often, but I was totally wrong. And so then I just kind of like fell in love with it. And I was going through some health stuff that was starting to get better, and I was just really taking care of myself. And it wasn't for me just to be physical, taking care of myself. It was a mental thing as well. And so then, you know, Maggie kind of kept, you know, how's things going? You know, have you thought about just sharing that you're like loving this? Like you don't have to do a lot. Like you're already kind of doing it. You're already sharing it. So I was like, well, you know, maybe why not? Like, what do I have to lose? Like, I'm loving it. Let me just share it. So like, that's kind of how it started. And once it started, this energy just hit me and this vibe just hit me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for it again. Like, this is different now. Like, I'm really living, I'm doing the 4 vital behaviors. Like, I'm really like into it. And so I'm like, this is the time. Like, this is, you know, we all have that first time that maybe it doesn't work out right. This is my second chance. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it. And ever since then, it's just been kind of like nonstop. My action hour, when I first started, I was doing it in my head. And I'm like, oh man, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing all this stuff. It's like, I'm getting so much done. And I was like, okay, well, Maggie likes, you know, when we share our trackers, I was like, well, I'll start doing it on paper. I started doing it on paper and I'm like, you've been lying to yourself. You haven't been doing this. You've been telling yourself you've been doing this. You've been making yourself believe you've been doing this. So ever since then, pen to paper every single week. I do the action hour. I do not do it in action hours. I have to do it in pockets. I have 2 young children, and I feel like this is the theme, but they were both micro preemies. And I have been home, you know, for years with them doing other stuff, but being flexible, especially my youngest son who has ongoing health stuff that I have to do a lot of appointments and whatnot is super important for me. So juggling that too, and for school drop-off, sports, my oldest kid does something 7 days a week, no joke, 7 days a week. And so I have to do it in pockets, but I make sure it gets done. And then on top of that, like I make sure I share it every single week. And I definitely have like rough patches, and still I share it, and I have like little sad faces, and I'm like, my goal is to get rid of these sad faces. But like just the accountability of knowing like I'm going to have to share this with my team. And then I can't complain if nothing's happening if I have all these sad faces. So that has been like a really important thing for me that's really kind of kept, you know, my momentum going. On top of that, like I try to join as many calls as I possibly can. When we're doing this, like you are like by yourself, so to speak, like when you're running your business. And as someone who's worked from home for years, I know like how you can get in your like own headspace, and you don't have somebody just like meet at the coffee pot and be like, oh, like you don't even understand this frustration I'm going through today and stuff. So for me, like calls and like soaking up the energy from everyone else has been something that like when I get off the call, I'm like, I'm ready to run. Like, I'm going to do another action hour like right now, like because I just have all this energy. And so like that has been like a really driving force. Last week I was sick and I missed every call, and I did no inviting. Like I didn't have the drive. I didn't have the energy. Like I just lost it. And I was like, well, that right there was not just being sick, but it was like missing all the calls, not soaking up all of that. Yeah, like support and community and whatnot. Like it just completely changed the game. And so like that has been something that like, if you can make it work, like I would highly say that could be an awesome motivator and tool to use. Outside of that, I don't think that like I really do anything super special, and I don't think I really have a lot to offer that's different than other people. Like I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, like you're run-of-the-mill Jill, like I'm just nothing different. I love it because like a lot of people like love to cook and they like share tips on recipes and stuff. I'm a horrible cook. My husband does all the cooking. I literally like twice in 1 week turned on the wrong burner and it cooked for 20 minutes cooking nothing. Like I'm awful. Like I don't have things like that to share. So I just try to like be creative with what I do. And I love to use IG stories, and I love to do it as a story because it's my way of like engaging people and getting them to hang with me, because I'm not offering like a ton because it's not, you know, something they can really use, but getting them to click and click and click, it kind of like drags them in. So it's been an awesome tool as far as like getting people like call outs. And I have people that are responding to it, because I guess by the time they get to the story, like the end of the story, it's kind of like sparks some sort of emotion in them. And so like that's been a great tool as well. So if you're like me and don't have really anything to offer because you don't really have anything special and you're too busy running around with your kids, you can like be super creative without like having to be like, I don't know, like super good at something. And so like that's been something that I've recognized. And I'm like, you know, you don't have to go out and try to learn how to cook just to share recipes. Like just find something else and just like make it cool. And so like that's been something that I've this time around that has been different, because last time when I was trying to coach, everyone was like, well, you have to have this niche and you have to like change all this stuff and like make, you know, really give something to offer. And I didn't have it. And so I felt this pressure to try to like become somebody else. So I'm like trying to learn to cook and stuff. And I'm like, you know, yeah, you should have your niche, but like you don't have to go out and like create something. So I'm a runner. And so a lot of the people I've been connecting with have been runners. And I'm like, well, I was a runner and I didn't want to do workouts, but like I can connect with them on running, and then we can talk about it, because workouts strengthen your running. Like, you know, that's just a great thing. So like, I'm not going out and trying to like create something new for myself. Like, I'm like, you're a runner. You love running. Go find other runners. Go talk about running. Go talk about what you're doing that's helping your running. Go talk about the next race you're going to do and how your workout is going to like increase your time, like, you know, whatnot. And so like, that's been something different this time too, where I'm like, just be you. And when I was coaching before, there was just all this pressure about like, you know, a lot of different things that it just didn't work for me. And so then I felt like I was failing, and I felt like I was trying to be somebody else. And I felt like I was like making stuff up to try to connect to people. And I'm like, this just isn't working. Like, this isn't natural. So like this time I'm just like, you know, just going to be me, do my thing. And that's pretty much it. Like, just doing my thing.
You are,
yeah.
you want to go, Maggie?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, you guys, I'm sorry, I have like no voice right now. But she is the most relatable person. Like, I click through her Instagram stories that she's talking about, and every single time it evokes an emotion. Like, she gets me feeling the feels of like the smallest little aspects of life, or the smallest little aspects of like finances, or the smallest little aspects of motherhood. And it's like, girl, that is a superpower. Like that, those kinds of things, like your ability to take an everyday struggle or an everyday thing that we all go through and turn it into like something that other people can relate to. That's so powerful. So powerful. So don't underestimate yourself, or don't talk yourself down. Like you have a lot to offer. Okay. You're a rock star. And yeah, who else? Like she says she gets energy from us on the calls. I'm like, thank God Ashley's getting on the 6 a.m. call. She'll wake my ass up. She's awesome. So girl, keep bringing your energy. You are like, you're the best. Just keep the fire.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was amazing. And you've only been a coach a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're super new, right? But
Yep.
consistency, community, sharing, like, are you guys starting to see these themes going on here? I was a brand new coach and the calls were life for me. They were life because I was in this like horrible atmosphere at my bartending job. And I think we just forget how special it is to get on here and get filled back up with these little faces in these boxes. So that was just like a great reminder. And I love the accountability piece because sometimes I think we get a little freaked out about accountability, but it can be used to your advantage if you want it to. If you want to reach the goals that you want to reach, ask for that accountability, because I guarantee you're going to do it when you know that you got to post it on your team page or you got to give it to your coach like that. So that's so true. And kudos to you for wanting that accountability, because that says a lot. So that was awesome. I'm going to go follow you and stalk your Instagram now. If you guys haven't seen Stories That Stick, the new book out by Kendra Hall, kind of reminded me of that. It's about storytelling and helping people connect and giving them something tangible to kind of like get those emotions going. So it sounds like you do that without even reading that book. But if you're somebody that wants to work on that, like you have something to say, but you don't know how to say it, I feel like Googling her on YouTube or getting her book would be really great. Okay. Jessica Johnson, she's probably been sweating it out this whole time, waiting to talk because she's last. But I'm excited to hear from her. She has had a very recent mindset shift that has just totally changed the game for her. And she's making this work, and she's doing what she's got to do to make it work, as we all are. So we can't wait to hear what's changed for you and just why it's changed for you and what's going on. So take it away, girlfriend.
Can y'all hear me okay? I have terrible service here. Okay. Just to tell you a little bit about me, about 3 years ago, I became a coach. I ended up becoming the heaviest I had ever been. And a girl I went to high school with actually introduced me to Beachbody. And so I signed up with her. But at the same time, somehow Jess was on my Facebook. And I saw her all the time. And she actually reached out to me. And of course, I just kind of stuck with my high school friend because I just kind of felt obligated to, and I didn't know Jess. So, I started coaching, and I just did insanely well right out of the gate. For about 6 months, I hit Success Club every single month. At 1 month, I had like 30 some Success Club points in just a month. I was doing awesome. And then life hit me. And I went through a really ugly divorce. My whole world fell apart at that time. I'm going to try not to cry. My world fell apart. And I had to build my life from the ground up. So I had to take a job that had me working 6-7 days a week. I took a job working on the pipeline. And I had to travel a lot. And it was hard. I was fighting, trying to see my kids, be a mom, be able to take on this job and do hard things. In my mind, I'm like, I really want to show my kids that I can do this and I can do things on my own, and I can really show them that when you want something in life, you got to work really hard for it. And anything you set your mind to, you can do it. And I crushed so many goals in the last 2 years, financially and everything. I just really built my life back up. But at the same time, I kind of lost me. I kind of went through depression because I was working a job I hated. I remember sitting out there, you know, getting on social media and seeing everybody with their kids and seeing Jess this whole time. I was watching Jess for 3 years. I was watching her. And I wanted that so bad because I knew what it was like when I had it and I was doing so well. And then, you know, I had to give that up to do, you know, to go work. And I sat out there and I hated life. I really hated life. I cried a lot. And Jess was there the whole time, you know, and I signed up, you know, I signed back up just trying to get my workouts in, trying to stay on track. But in the meantime, I gained a lot of weight. So about a month ago, I sat out there and I decided I was so miserable. I cried every day going to work. I hated life. I was doing it for a paycheck. And I decided, what am I teaching my kids? What am I really teaching them? To do something that I really don't enjoy doing. I'm not really enjoying life. So last month, I decided I'm going to be brave, and I quit my job. I walked away from it, and I made a heck of a lot of money doing that. And I'm doing Beachbody full time again because I find there's something, I can't explain it, but there's just something inside of me that I just feel like I'm made for this. And I cannot explain it, but I'm dreaming big and I'm putting it all out there. I wrote down all these notes that I just wanted to talk to you guys about, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I want to shout out Jess because, you know, when she first approached me, you know, I'm just like, oh, I can't, you know, I got to stick with my friend. And this whole time, she didn't give up on me. For 3 years, she sat there and she'd reach out to me. And, you know, and just recently, you know, she lost someone, you know, she loved in her family, and she still showed up every single day she was there. And so, Jess, I just want to say, you know, way to go. I mean, you're really like, I don't know what I would do without you these last 3 years, like, honestly, because she's really shown me, like, I just want to cry. I'm looking over my notes here. Okay, Jess just posted this thing a little bit ago. It said, if you want to know how to make your dreams happen, start doing really hard, scary, uncomfortable shit every day and make peace with people not liking you. When I thought about signing back up, I was worried about it because when you go through a divorce, obviously there's always two sides in the story. And obviously I have people that have different sides of the story, and I try to sit back and I'm like, I don't care what they think about me. I used to be a people pleaser, and I used to really care what people thought. And now it's just, you know what? I don't care. And so here I am, I'm doing my thing. I don't care what people think about me because I have all these other people that are following me, and it's just working for me. Every day I get up, I don't know if you can see, this is my big affirmation board. I sit and I tell myself this every single day. When I originally started coaching, I earned a free Summit ticket, and I wanted to go to Summit so bad. And then in the meantime, all my crazy divorce stuff happened. I didn't get to go to Summit like I wanted to, but I started a vision board, and Jess and them are up here, and I'm going to go to Summit this coming year. Like, I don't care. It's going to happen. So I'm really putting it out there, mindset. A lot of people, since I've been doing Morning Meltdown 100, I'm having crazy, insane results, like really just kicking some major butt. But I have so many women reaching out to me, and it's not just about working out. It's not about eating healthy. I feel like I'm very real. I put my life out there, and I really don't care what people think. And I have so many people just reaching out to me that's going through hard things, that's going through just hard life things, and it's the mindset. So they're reaching out to me and like, hey, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you get that mindset? So I don't know. For me, I'm dreaming big, and I'm believing in me, and I want this. I don't know. I think I skipped over so much stuff I wanted to talk about. I have all these little notes everywhere. I'm very unorganized, but I don't know. I think that's it.
Amazing. You're amazing. Jess, you want to add anything real quick?
Yes, you slayed it. Oh, one thing that I did want to add is, during those 3 years, I also followed Jess. And it's not like whenever she said that I never gave up on her, I felt such a connection and a pull towards her. I felt the need to reach out and be like, hey girl, how are you doing? I felt the need to just be a friend to her. And I feel like sometimes we don't think of things like that, of just reaching out and being someone's friend in a time of need. And with Jess, like I said, for some reason, like daily, I would just wake up and I would think of her. And to me, I always feel like that's a sign of God to be like, you know what, you need to reach out and see how she's doing today. So honestly, I followed my gut. And just with us connecting, Jess, and the videos, I literally get like little face videos from her almost every day now. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to watch this. Trey, shut up. Like, I'm talking to my kid. But that's really what it means to like even reach out. It's caring, guys. I feel like a lot of times as coaches, like you can push the business and you can push, signing up as a coach and signing up as a challenger. How about instead of getting into that mindset of being a salesman and start getting into the mindset of being a true friend and really being that person that you wish that someone was there for you. And that's really what I want to leave you guys with. So yeah, Jess, I love you. You totally freaking killed it. And I totally had the waterworks too. So I love you.
There's still good stuff, but I love you.
That was awesome. I'm so inspired right now. Like, I feel like the 4 people who just talked are going to be leading this call. Like, we're going to be here a year from now. There's going to be like 300 people on this call because y'all have built such powerhouse organizations too. And now everyone's just together and you're going to be asking your new coaches to talk. Like, that's what I feel right now because that was powerful. And you guys have such I love that you said you're dreaming big and you guys are dreaming big because guess what? You're not going to get there unless you dream it. Okay. So everybody just dream it, but do it, and I love hearing that from such new coaches that you guys are going to do whatever it takes and you believe. And Jess is so right. This is about more than numbers. This is about your community. We love you guys. And we're just so glad that we get to do this with you. So we're going to leave it at that because I'm feeling good about it.
One more thing.
Yeah.
With the work coming up, I heard a lot of people of getting like new people in the door, and I don't want you guys to ever discount that. It's very important that you always have new people come in your door. But once again, we forget about the people that are already in our door. The work is perfect for people, once again, that you already have in your door. If you have a veteran challenge group or if you already have some people in your belt, underneath your belt, I don't care if you've only been coaching for 3 months or if you've been coaching for 4 or 5 years, those are the people that you should start out first with. See if they simply want to do this program with you, and just don't discount the people, once again, that are already in your door. So that's what I wanted to say. All right, I'm done.
Boom. We'll see you guys here next week. We love you. See you at 8 next Wednesday. Kill it. Bye.